Hey everyone, it's Kara here from Boho, and I'm finally here with my plan with me for the month of August. So a lot of you know that I've been spending the summer kind of enjoying family time. I made a conscious decision to kind of slow down, put everything else pretty much to the side, and spend as much time as possible with my daughter Bella while she's here for the summer. So I've kind of been putting off this plan with me video for a while now, but I'm so happy to finally be here filming this for you. So it is Tuesday, July 31st. August is tomorrow, and I still haven't set up for August in my digital planner. So I'm going to be going through that with you today, and I can't wait to show you what I have going on. So first things first, I want to show you what's been going on in my digital planning world since last time you saw it, which I believe was the July Plan With Me video. So I'm going to open up GoodNotes, and this was my setup for July. I did this on last month's Plan With Me, and I'm going to swipe through just a tiny bit. I really don't have a lot in here because I actually switched planners in kind of the middle of the month. So I have my July tracker and my gratitude, and then I think just my first week. Yeah, and then some Boho Berry challenge stuff. So this was the first week of July. I did like a nice little 4th of July theme there, and then I was also participating in the Boho Berry challenge, so I was doing that here in my journal. So I have a few of these tucked into my spreads in the month of July. After that, I switched to my landscape digital planner, which I launched, I believe it was the second week of July. So I'm going to switch to that and show you. It's a world of a difference. So this landscape planner, I did an overview video on it, so I'm not going to kind of cover it in thorough detail, but I have been really enjoying this layout. I got rid of the rings in the middle. I kind of moved them off to the side so it still looks like a notebook, but it gives you just a ton more writing space and space to kind of spread out throughout the month. So I'm going to swipe through here and show you my July. This was my gratitude. I started everything here on the 9th. I still need to fill in for yesterday and today. After that, I have my mood mandala, which I need to update here as well. I have my first weekly in my new planner. This is the quadrant layout. And this week is actually when we went to Georgia to my sister's wedding. So there's not a lot filled out for those days that we were gone. I also started doing some daily spreads, which was really fun. And here's another weekly. This is a vertical weekly with more dailies in between. And I think this was last week. In addition to my month of July, I also did a lot of extra planning within my tabs this month, so I wanted to kind of show you what I've been doing there. For my YouTube tab, I have some digital tutorials that I need to film and edit. More information on my tutorials here to follow. And then Etsy, I don't have anything in there yet. For the Boho Berry box, I'm not going to swipe through there, but I do have some notes kind of that we take during our sourcing calls and things like that goes in there. Tribe, I don't have anything in here yet. And then fitness, I have my Whole30 spread. I'm currently about halfway through my Whole30, so I've been eating super clean, kind of doing a little reset body-wise. I have my before pictures, which are very exciting, and my measurements, and then some of my meal plans for that first week. And then I decided to do some fitness tracking in here too. So these are my workouts for the next 4 weeks, all the way through August 25th. I actually started going back to the gym yesterday, so that's this first day here, but I have my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday workout schedules. And then last but not least, I have my personal tab, which I did some planning in here for my sister's wedding. I was her wedding coordinator, so she sent me the timeline of the day, and it was my job to make sure that everything happened accordingly. So I have a lot of information in here, from how to decorate the tables and the pews and the aisle and everything in here. And then after that, I have probably one of my favorite spreads so far in my digital planner, and this is my Creative Retreat vision board. A lot of you may know that we had our very first Boho Berry meetup this past Friday on the 27th, and first of all, the meetup was absolutely spectacular. It was everything I could have dreamed. We had about 45 women there, and my good friend Meg flew in from St. Louis to give a vision board workshop. So we all created vision boards in our journals, and mine was about a creative retreat. And I've been kind of dreaming about this idea of a creative retreat for a little while now. And Meg is the one that kind of pushed me to say, go for it, dream away. So that's what I did here. And I'm really excited because once I finally got all of this down on paper, like what I want it to look like, I found the location and I booked my trip. So I'm going at the end of August for 3 nights. I'm going to stay up in the mountains in New Jersey with nothing but some yarn and thread, which is going to be my creative focus this year, doing some hiking and just enjoying nature, and no plans, no responsibility, and no work. So I am super, super excited about this creative retreat. It's going to be awesome. While I'm in here, I do want to show you kind of how I've been organizing everything within my tabs. Because once you get to a tab, for example, there's really no links to go to anything else. So I have my sister's wedding and then my vision board. So I decided to kind of keep everything organized with bookmarks. So I'm going to open this up here and make sure that you're on bookmarks here in the center if you're in GoodNotes. But I've labeled all of my sections. So I have YouTube. If I click on that, it just takes me to the YouTube tab. And then anything that's within that tab, I've also given a title. And what's really cool is that this kind of self-organizes as an index of everything that you have in your planner or your journal. So for example, under YouTube, I have my digital tutorials on page 37. Under fitness, I have my Whole30, and then I have my workouts from July 30th to August 25th. Under personal, I have stuff about my sister's wedding and my vision boards. And then I also decided to label each month as I go. So I've got July, and then I've got my weeklies. So it's really easy to just jump. Because, for example, if I go to July, and let's say I want to get to this past week, I don't have a link here that will take me to this week from the 23rd to the 29th. I would have to swipe and scroll until I get to that week, which could take a little while depending on how much I've added in here. So what I've done instead is, say for example, I want to go to July and I decide that I want to check out this week from the 23rd to the 29th. I can go to my bookmarks. I already have that labeled in here. I can just tap on it and it takes me straight to that page, which is awesome. I love it. Okay. So that is my overview of what's been going on in my planner so far. Now I want to start setting up for August, and I'm going to do something a little crazy here because I just launched these landscape planners. I'm going to close out my old journal there, but I just launched these landscape planners in a brand new color scheme. Well, kind of old school brand new color scheme. The original super bright color scheme, which is, meant to just go to the original page, which is this right here. So this is the original color scheme that the Boho Berry planners came in. And if you see on the front, super cute, has the teal cover and all the kind of rainbow colored tabs. And August, I'm going to be using a really bright sticker pack, which is my August bundle. And I kind of want it to have all these bright colored tabs for August. So I'm going to try to insert this August page into my other planner. I don't mind if the rest of my pages are this kind of pebbles color scheme, but I want my August to be that bright color scheme. So let me close out that original. So here's my plan and my thought process. And I've heard that this works, but I haven't tried it. So you guys are experimenting with me. All right, so I'm going to go to my August tab, okay, and I'm going to delete this page, which is really scary because that means I'm also deleting the link to this page. Very terrifying. All right, so I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go to thumbnails, and I see that that's page 81. I'm going to hit edit, tap on page 81, and I'm going to throw that in the trash. Here we go. That's terrifying. Okay. Oh, I missed showing you a couple of pages. This was a couple of extra daily spreads from last week, and then a little kind of collage of pictures from the event on Friday. Okay, so back to my thumbnails. You'll see that I've gotten rid of that August page altogether. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to import the new planner completely right behind this page. So I'm going to hit the plus sign. I'm going to hit the plus sign right where I want it to import, which is after my very last page, and I'm going to hit import. I'm going to go to my iCloud Drive and find where I have that planner saved, and it is right here, the original. All right, so what I have essentially done is I have imported that entire planner right after page 80, right after this page that I'm on. So now I'm going to delete all of the pages except August. Actually, I'm just going to tap, I'm still on edit, or here, I'm going to hit done. I'm going to tap edit. So I'm going to delete the cover. I'm going to delete all these extra pages. And the idea here is that if you just leave August, that link should still work and function. And we're going to find out if that's true or not, or if I just ruined my planner. All right, so these are all of our blank spreads. These are our tabs. Get rid of those. All right, so we've got January, February, March, April, May, June, July. All right, so that is August. So we're going to leave that alone. September, October, November, December. Okay. And I don't know if you can see, but you can tell that this is the bright color scheme and this goes back to the pebbles. So I know that this is September in my actual planner. All right, so I'm going to move all 52 of those pages to the trash. Okay, here we go. So technically, I'm going to hit done. Technically, when I swipe over, this is my August now. Now I want to check if those links still work. So if I tap on this, no, the links don't work. Maybe it only works if it's the same planner. Yep. None of these links work anymore. Okay, slightly terrifying. Okay, so maybe that's not going to work. It was a good idea though. Okay, here we go. So to fix this, I'm going to hit edit. I'm going to trash that page. Okay, and now I'm going to import, same spot. I'm going to import Pebbles, which is the same exact planner. And I'm going to do that again. And I'm going to hope and pray that that works. Otherwise, I've lost my August links. Okay, so technically, I just did the exact same thing. According to what I've read, this is my August page. All of my links should work again. Yes, all of my links work again. Okay, so that only works with the same exact planner. It does not work with a different planner, FYI. But the good news here is that if you accidentally delete a page that you didn't mean to delete, that's how you fix it. Just re-import a copy of your planner, delete all of the pages that you don't want, and you should have your links back. So here I am on August, ready to go. All right, so all that means is I'm gonna have to use a new tactic to make this all bright and pretty. So what I wanna do for August, and actually let me get my tabs back. I'm gonna go to the next page. Oh, I don't have images turned on. Copy. All right, there we go. Now I have my tabs relabeled and we're good to go. So I'm actually going to export this page as an image and bring that into Procreate. So I'm going to export current page and I'm going to export it as an image, normal, export, and I'm going to save to camera roll. All right, and just because I want to try and see if it's going to work, I am also going to do that with a monthly spread here, just because I want my tabs. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and label them because I still have that copied. Okay, I'm going to export this page, same thing, current page, as an image, normal, export, save to camera roll. Okay, close that because we don't need it anymore. we're going to go into Procreate and start setting up for August. All right, so from my main gallery screen here, I'm just going to hit Photo, and that's going to open my camera roll. I'll go to All Photos, and I'm going to grab this one right here. And this is the page that we're going to be decorating for our planner. I'm going to also bring in the other one, the bright one that I screenshotted. So I'm going to go up here, go to Image, Insert a Photo. There we go, and grab that one, and it just kind of plops down right on top, and you'll see that they're on two separate layers. And now I'm super curious. Okay, if I was just to bring this image into GoodNotes, let's try that. Tap and hold, select image. I want to know if these links are still going to work if I put something directly over the top. All right, so I'm going to go to Photos. Let's put that in here, and I'm just going to make it the size of the screen. I don't know if I can make it the size of the screen. Let's find out. I don't know if it's going to let me go any bigger. Okay. Let's see. What if I crop? Y'all are getting to experiment with me. I'm trying like every which way to make this work the way I have it in my head. Okay. Go. Can I make it bigger? Please go bigger. Oh, there we go. It's going. Okay, I'm going to undo that crop. All right, so it looks like if I grab them from the top and bottom nodes instead of from the corners, it resizes better. Ooh, I might be able to get it. Okay, that looks about perfect. So I'm going to drop it. Okay, so that is in place. Now, do the links still work? Oh my gosh, the links still work, you guys. Okay, so if I go to August, boom. Takes a little longer to load because it is a giant picture, but it totally, the links totally still work. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Okay, so new plan. I'm just going to get rid of this for now because I'm actually going to decorate this and then bring it back in. So I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to go back into Procreate, and I'm just going to decorate this one and then go plop it on top of my August spread. All right, so I'm deleting the other one. I'm going to go ahead and lock this so that I don't mess it up at all, and I'm going to play around with getting this fully decorated. All right, so my plan is to use stickers from my August bundle. So I'm actually going to import those here. So I'm going to say insert a file. iCloud Drive is where I have all of my stickers saved. So I'm just going to navigate to that folder, stickers, monthly bundles, August, and I'm going to go to sticker files. I think I'm going to bring in the full sheet, this one right here. So I'm just going to bring that in as is, and then I'm going to hide that layer because I'm going to use that here in a minute. And I'm also going to bring in some of the individual images. So the ones that I want to bring in individually are the date numbers, because those can be really hard to kind of crop out and resize from the full sheet. So actually I'm going to open this up in a side-by-side window. So I'm just going to drag up from the bottom, grab my files, and open it right here. And let's go back to where I need to be, digital planner, stickers, monthly bundles, sticker files, individual images. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to grab all of my numbers, select 1, 2, 3, and I'm just going to drag them over right here. Okay, so this has just basically imported them as 31 separate layers. So if I open this, you'll see here they are, 31 through 1. All right, I'm going to close out of that. And size-wise, I feel like they're actually a pretty good size right off the bat. So I'm just going to move these around the way that I want them. So I'm going to grab number 1. I'm just going to make sure that I have that layer selected, and I'm going to tap on the arrow tool, and I'm going to make sure that magnetics is turned off here at the bottom. And I know that the 1st is tomorrow, which is a Wednesday. So I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I'm just going to move that up to where I want it, right there. And then I'll grab number 2, same thing, just tap the arrow, move that to where I want it, and keep doing this all the way up. And here I'm about 10 days in, and you can see like Procreate kind of struggles a little bit sometimes when there's a ton of layers. So now that I have 1 through 10 done, I'm actually just going to merge these down into one layer. So I'm just going to pinch and kind of merge these together. There we go. So this is 1 through 10. All right, and then I'm going to keep going. All right, so now I have all my dates labeled, and I'm going to come in and just re-merge or merge everything together. So these are all my date labels. So just to keep myself sane, I like to rename my layers. So I'm going to call this dates, just so that I know what's there. And then I am going to play around. So you'll see that here I have these 2 extra boxes at the beginning of the month and quite a few extra boxes at the end as well. And I really don't need those there. So I think the 2 boxes at the front, I think I'll just cover up with some sort of design because I'm going to have the Monday, Tuesday, all my weekday headers up there. But these boxes at the end, I can totally get rid of. I don't need them. So I'm going to come down to my inserted image here, and I'm actually going to erase. So I'm going to unlock this because I'm okay with modifying it right now. I'm going to go to my eraser and grab a small-ish brush, and I'm just going to come in and kind of erase a little space here. Oops. There we go. And now that I have that erased, I can just use my selection tool and swipe down with 3 fingers and just cut that completely out. I don't have to worry about erasing or doing anything like that. And then over here with my eraser, same thing. I can just kind of get the edges. And then again with my selection tool, there we go, and swipe down and cut. Oops, I don't want to cut and paste. I just wanted to cut. All right, so since I cut and paste, what it did is it put that on a new layer. So I'm actually just going to delete that new layer that it created. And you'll see it does look a little funky. If I turn off the background layer, you can see those pieces that were erased and cut out. But since we're going to be bringing this back over to GoodNotes with a white background, it's not going to matter. It's going to come through looking just like this. All right. Next up, I want to add in my date headers. And I was going to use this full sheet and kind of crop, but now I think I'm going to go the super easy way and just, again, open up my files right next to it so I can just drag and drop them in. All right, so these are my individual images, and I'm going to bring in Monday through Friday. So I'm just going to kind of randomly drop them for now, although they are kind of the perfect size, so maybe I do want to just go ahead and place them where I want them. I'm going to do that. All right, I'm going to bring in Tuesday. All right, there we go. So I have my monthly headers in there, and then I also want to bring in my August title, which is this one right here. So I'm going to bring that over, and normally I would kind of put it in the top right. Let's see, I'm going to put it on magnetics this time so that it doesn't distort the image at all. And I'm actually going to make this a little bit bigger so I can see what I'm doing. All right, so I'm going to tap on select. That's going to select August. I've got magnetics turned on down here, so it's going to keep the size proportions. And I'm just going to resize. I want it kind of right there. Let's see how that looks. I kind of really like that. Okay, so I'm going to keep that there. And then I think I'm going to decorate these 2 empty boxes with my little chevron washi. So I'm going to bring that in as well. And let's play with this. All right, so I'm going to move it up here. And I think I'm going to totally distort it. Bring it all the way down there. And maybe even further out. Maybe right there. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to put it right about there, and that's going to make sense in just a minute. Let me close this so that you can see what's going on. So you can see that because of the layers, this chevron washi is on top of everything except for the number dates. So I actually want to bring this under August, first of all. So I'm just going to drag that layer under August. And now I can see I kind of want to make it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to tap selection. I'm going to bring it down just to right there and right there. Okay. And now I want it to just fill those 2 boxes. So I think I'm going to do this the really super easy way with my eraser. Now I'm making sure that I'm on my chevron layer, and I'm going to come in and just grab my eraser. That might be a little too close. There we go. And I'm going to snap that to a perfectly straight line. And I'm just going to start erasing a tiny bit of that. And then I'll come in and cut this later, but I'm going to do the same thing to the other side here. All right, might need to be a tiny bit closer. Okay, that looks good. Let me erase a little bit right there. All right, now I'm going to use my selection tool to actually cut out these extra bits. So I'm going to hit cut. Okay. And then same thing over here. I'm going to cut that. Okay. So now I have that chevron behind my August, but I also feel like it's a little too bright and kind of contrasts funky with the August a little bit. So I'm going to reduce the opacity just on this little chevron bit here. So on that layer, there's a few different ways that you can reduce the opacity. First of all, you can hit the N button and you'll see an opacity slider right here. Your other option is if you hold 2 fingers over your layer and slide, that will start reducing the opacity. And then the third option is if you go up to this little magic wand tool up top and hit opacity, you can slide across the screen to adjust the opacity of your object. So I like doing it this way because I feel like I can see it better, what's going on. So I'm just sliding until I feel like that's good. All right, let's zoom out and see how that looks. That looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that kind of opacity there. And let's see. Oh, and we can't forget the popsicles. I need the popsicles in my life. Let's open that back up. All right, so the popsicles. They're so stinking cute. All right, I'm going to do all 5 of these popsicles here. So I'm going to do the same thing I did with the number flags, and I'm going to select all 5 of the popsicles. And I'm going to bring them in. And remember, they're all going to be on their own separate layers now, so I can move them around freely. And let's close this. All right, and let's start grabbing popsicles. All right, so I'm going to put this one, I'm going to turn off magnetics. And I'm going to grab, I think I'm just going to have them like alternate angles, if that makes sense. Grab this one, put it down here, this one, all right, and now that I have all 5 of those the way I want, I can kind of just duplicate this. but I don't want to merge them together on a single layer because I might want to modify them a little bit further. So instead I'm going to group them together. So I have this first one selected. I'm just going to swipe very lightly to the right on each popsicle and hit these 3 lines at the very top. That's going to create a new group. So I'm going to kind of minimize that group. I'm going to rename it Popsicles. Done. And I'm actually going to duplicate it. And then with that duplicated group, I'm going to put it on magnetic so it slides over evenly. And I'm just going to pop it here. And I might actually invert it. See how these two are facing the same direction? I don't want that. Let's see. That's kind of cute. I don't know. Maybe I want... Now I'm torn. Yep, I'm going to leave it the way it was, and I'm just going to individually move those popsicles. All right, so this is the pink one. I'm going to rotate it that way. Oh, let's turn off magnetics. Go orange. This is cool. It looks a little more organic too because they're not all identical. Go. And then these last two I could even make like way bigger. Let's see. Go. Yep, I like that. All right, cool. So I have my popsicles down at the bottom. And then the last thing I want to do is add in kind of a little box over here to the side. So I'm going to grab, what do I want to grab? What color? Let me go to my color palette for this bundle first of all. August bundle, set default, done. I think we need some of that light blue in here. So I'm going to grab that light blue and just my mono drawing pen. And I am going to draw a box that covers this area. Oh, and I want to be on a totally new layer here. Okay. All right, and it looks like I made a dot over here. I'm going to erase that, and I'm going to fill this in. So I'm just going to drag that color directly from up top there into that box. Okay, so I have a box, and then next I want to add a little pattern to it. So I'm going to do one more layer, and I'm going to grab white, and I'm going to grab my popsicle pattern brush. This also came with the bundle, and I am going to tap on this blue rectangle is the word. I'm going to tap on this blue rectangle layer and hit select so that I'm only drawing on that layer. And then I'm going to tap on my new layer and I'm going to draw in with my white popsicle pattern. Go. I feel like that could be smaller. There we go. Super cute. All right, so that box is done, and I'm actually going to move it. Oh, first I need to combine these layers. Let's merge that down, and I'm going to move it under August so that August is visible over top. And now I kind of feel like it needs to go all the way up to the top, even though I did it to the top of the dots. So I'm just going to grab that layer. I'm going to hit this little arrow, and I'm going to expand it up there. All right. There we go. I feel like that looks good. All right, so this is going to be my basic layout for August. So now I'm just going to share this as an image. So I'm going to go to the share button, share as PNG. So you could do one of two things here. So you can share it as a PNG, save it to your camera roll, and then bring that into GoodNotes. But what I've started doing a lot recently that I really like, because I don't need this in my camera roll later on and I don't want to have to worry about deleting it, I'm just going to go to the wrench tool up here, go to image and hit copy canvas. And what that does is it copies it to my clipboard, but it doesn't necessarily save it as an image anywhere. So now I can go into GoodNotes, I can tap and hold and hit paste, and there it is. And now I don't have to worry about having it saved anywhere else. All right, so now the tricky part again is just getting this all lined up. Now, if you were decorating the same exact page that you have in your planner, one thing that you could do is crop this and just crop out everything, all the rings, all of the tabs, just crop out as much as you possibly can, and then you could bring this down quite literally into place on your planner page just like this. So you'll see there I have my August spread that I just designed, but it still has my regular planner tabs. But I'm actually going to undo that because I want it to be all in my bright color scheme. And I'm going to bring it in again as one giant image that just covers this whole entire page, including my tabs. All right, I feel like that's about the right size. Let's bring this over. Okay, now there's nowhere for me to tap off to set this in place, but if I just hit the arrow and like kind of leave my notebook for a second and then come back to it, you'll see that it's there and in place. In addition to my August page, I still need to come in and obviously fill in all of my tasks and events and appointments and things like that. But I also want to add in my gratitude log and my mood tracker for the month. So you'll see right here, if I swipe, this just takes me to September. So I need to add those pages in. And I've actually saved those pages as templates under my extras tab. So these come blank in the planner for you to kind of create your own and be able to insert them anywhere. So I'm going to go to my gratitude log and I'm actually just going to copy this page. So I'm going to hit edit. I'm going to select, actually, let me show you first. I have the gratitude log and then right after it I have my mood mandala template. So I'm actually going to select both of these pages, gratitude and mandala. I am going to hit copy, hit done, and then I'm going to go all the way down and find my August spread, which is right here. I'm going to hit my plus sign, and right after my August spread, I'm going to hit plus there and paste copied pages. All right, and then I'm going to hit done. And if I go back to August, you can see that when I swipe right, I have my gratitude log and my mood mandala kind of ready to go for the month. So to set these up, I've kind of created these in black and white kind of intentionally so that I can color code them to my color scheme each month. One way that I really love to color things in GoodNotes is using the highlighter tool. Now, I will tell you, the more highlighter you use, the slower your pages are going to load. So be careful not to like way overdo it with coloring in highlighter. But I like to just take whatever highlighter color I want to use and just color in all of my black and white things. So I'm going to do my mood mandala here really quickly because my phone's about to run out of battery. So I want to do this pretty quick. But I'm going to grab my highlighter, pretty big size, and I'm just going to kind of color in right there. Except that's not the right color. Happy is light blue. Excited is teal. Relaxed is pink. Productive is green. And grateful is purple. Stressed is orange. Tired is like a light gray. And is a dark gray. All right, so I've got that good to go. So I'm pretty much set up for the month of August. Really, really simple. The longest part is kind of getting all this laid out in Procreate, but you could absolutely do this in GoodNotes as well. I just really wanted to show off kind of how to play around with it, Procreate, and bring it in like on top of your current spread. All right, y'all, I'm going to cut this short, unfortunately, because my phone is literally about to die. I'm going to get this video edited and get it out this evening so that I'm right in the nick of time before August starts. I do have a lot more videos planned. This is Bella's last week here before she goes back to her dad's. So I'm going to have a lot of time on my hands here really, really soon to film a bunch more videos for you all, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday evening. I hope you have a great start to August in the morning, and I will see y'all very, very soon. Bye.